Every time we make something new, we seem to have a new shape. I suppose the jet plane looks like that because of the job it has to do. Come to think of it, it's not only new things that have the right shape. If a boomerang were any other shape, it wouldn't fly. Of course, things that work well always have been like that.
A locomotive's a good example. It takes on its shape because it's been planned to do a certain job. Every detail has been worked out. An engine that has to last 3 or 4 million miles is made from tough material, steel. That goes for everything we make. The right materials for the job, and the right tools too.
I'm a driver myself. My name's Andrews, and my locomotive runs as sweet as a nut. It's a funny thing, though. When I get home, it's a different story. A square cake tin. How do I get the dirt out of the corners? In my home, things don't seem to have been worked out so well as my engine. See what I mean? Next thing, the iron will topple over. And now she's burnt her hand. Wouldn't you think somebody'd do something about all the snags a man can find in the kitchen?
Well, something is being done by industrial designers. But before they can design a thing efficiently, they must know what job it'll have to do, what materials will be used, and how it'll be made. A Sydney designer has produced a saucepan, for instance, spun from heavy aluminium, with well-rounded corners for easy cleaning, and a wide base to give the greatest possible heating surface. With a piece of clay, the designer finds the best grip for a handle. This can be molded easily in plastics, so that when the handle is fitted to the saucepan, the hand, wrist, and arm are in a natural position for lifting. The handle remains cool, too.
They're using these plastics for all sorts of things now, aren't they?
With new materials like plastics, we can make things in new ways, bringing beauty and efficiency into the home. Now, take an electric iron. If it's the right weight, well balanced, and has a good grip, it should iron well. But there might be a simpler way to make a thing work. It might be easier if the iron could be rolled on its side to rest. And so, from an idea in the mind of a Melbourne designer, comes a new type of iron. The rollover action makes work lighter, and the ironing surface has been shaped to do a better job.
I see what you mean.
A Frenchman once called a home a machine for living, meaning that a kitchen, for instance, should function just as efficiently as a car or your locomotive. But in our homes, there are many things we've grown accustomed to that could be improved. Take your lamp. If your eyes are to do their job well, they need a good light. A simple, well-shaped reflector directs all the light just where you need it.
Okay, I've got the light. Now, what about my chair? I can't say it's very comfortable.
Well, what do we find when we break the problem down? 28 pieces of wood, and every one needs a separate operation in putting the chair together. If any two pieces come apart, the whole chair is weakened. The first thing in designing a chair is to find the most comfortable shape for the seat.
The chair seat.
That's right. By bonding together several thin sheets of wood, the back and seat of a chair can be made in one piece. And when the legs are added, there are only 5 parts to assemble. This makes a stronger and more comfortable chair. Wood has been used in new ways by aircraft designers. Thin strips of plywood are molded and bonded together to form the pilot's cabin of a jet aircraft. This wooden egg-like shell will stand up to airspeeds of 600 miles an hour.
You mean that the shape of things comes about because of the materials we use?
Well, that's partly right, but knowing the exact purpose of what we are making and the right way of making it are equally important. But the right way of making a thing may call for special tools. Machine tools, which look nothing like hammers or chisels. Only with machine tools can we build such miracles of engineering as a modern aeroplane. At Bankstown, New South Wales, an 8-passenger aircraft has been designed to serve the isolated people of the outback. In this age of steel, aluminium and plastics, the modern craftsman has tools and resources undreamed of in the old days of handicrafts.
You mean the old-time craftsman has disappeared?
No, he's merely changed his name to scientist, metallurgist, chemist, industrial designer, toolmaker. This is the age of machine craftsmanship. When we design things to serve a useful purpose, we find that their shape looks right for the job they have to do. And in these new shapes, we find a new kind of beauty, a designed beauty of order and efficiency.
I get the idea. You mean that the good things come about by design?
Exactly.
So that when we make something, if we use our tools and materials in the right way, we'll turn out a job that not only works well, but looks well too. That's how they built that plane. And my engine. And they're both okay with me.